Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. My name is AERGXUOS, and I welcome you to the beginning of AERGXUOS Gaming. Today, we're gonna play some games, and tomorrow, we'll see. And what not a better way to start this other than by playing my very own first creation. I welcome you to AERGXUOS World, the game, the one that I have created. So, without further ado, let's get into the gaming and let's start playing. So, what is this game? What is this niche, unique, underground game that nobody has ever heard about it? Well, of course they haven't, because it haven't been made yet. It's a fresh game, and I'm gonna be the first to experience it, technically and practically. All right, so let's do this. Let's play some games. Let's start with AERGXUOS World, and let's see what we can do here. All right, so for the starters, if I move mouse, we can see the mouse input is indeed accepted, and we can pivot around, and we can look around. We can use the mouse movement to move, to look around. When you move the mouse down, you look down. When you move it up, you look up. To the right, you look to the right, and same to the left. All right, that's easy enough. With the help of this tool, we can actually observe the world around us. And although right now it seems like there's nothing much to see here. Bunch of just nothingness. Pure white void. Nothing to see. Nothing to witness. Just a blank, clean state. An empty canvas yet to be painted. A paper. A book yet to be written. But this is it. This is where it begins. This is where the story starts. From here on out, every day, every week, who knows? Maybe something will happen. Maybe at some point, the eternity of nothingness will be changed into beginning of creativity. And with that, we can look around, we can observe, but that's not all. I present to you another addition to the game. Oh, this is gonna blow your mind. This is gonna be awesome. I also not only brought the mouse, I brought keyboard to this game. And with the keyboard input, what you can do by pressing select keys, and those select keys are W, A, S, D. That's right, we're gamers here. So with those keys, we can move in space. Allow me to demonstrate. So if I click W, you saw that? I just moved forward. If I click and hold on the S, I move backwards. How amazing is that? And then I click D, and I click, or rather I press A, and I'm moving sideways. D, A, W, S. Man, what a riveting gameplay experience right there. This is peak gaming right here. And Just look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna hold W, and then I'm going to move my mouse at the same time, and with that, I'm able to navigate myself in this 3D, rather barren, empty desert of the void, in this 3D environment, and I get to observe, I get to experience the life in here. Wow. Now, isn't this some game? I can move around, I can look around. It's just so awesome. Nominate this game for Game 2024 right away. Game of the year. All right. But you might be wondering, can you jump? No, you cannot. You cannot jump in this game. You know, as they say, less. Less is more. And this is bare essentials. WASD will look around, and that's it. Space doesn't even work. Gravity, well, there used to be some, but now there is none. So you just eternally float right through this space. So, and you might ask, okay, you can move, you can look around, but that's it? What can you even do with that? Well, hold your horses right there, partner. You're gonna find out very soon. So you see, this is not a simple game. This is game of to be continued. But for starters, what's this? What am I looking at? What even is this? Well, if you look around, and let's say you start here in the void and the nothingness. If there only were to be white void, you would be lost. I move my mouse up, down, around, and I don't really see anything in sight. Because there isn't anything in sight. Even if I, as much as I would say I'm holding W, D, A, and S, and that gets me nowhere. I mean, actually it gets me somewhere, but I can't tell because it's just all white. Above, below, everywhere. It's just white. But if I try hard around, look around, oh, there it is. I can actually find AERGXUOS. After all, that's in the name. The game is called AERGXUOS World. So, what is AERGXUOS? Well, AERGXUOS basically serves as the point of the beginning, the point of origin, the center, if you will, of this world. And there it sits. And with the help of it, with the help of AERGXUOS, you are able to navigate yourself. You are able to see how far you have gone, and you're able to not get too much lost. You still can get lost, but eventually, if you'll find AERGXUOS, you can use that as a point of reference, like a beacon of light, except there's light, so it's just a beacon. I don't know. So yeah, if you so what's up, like, with the colors? Well, I just kind of, these are sort of a basic colors, especially as a kid. I kind of they're pretty nice. They're kind of like a building blocks, universal materials. Not exactly RGB colors, or even like 6 of those. These are more like kind of very easy to distinguish type of colors. So what we got here is a pure green as it gets. Same for the red, same for the blue, and same for the yellow. And what's up with the order? Well, on the top left here, I present you green, which you could say, if you're getting philosophical here, it also kind of stands for spring, because in the spring, nature comes out from the standstill, and the trees, the grass, it all starts to grow and it's all green. So it's fitting. All right. And then we move in to the summer, of course, and summer is the hottest season of the year. So it's flaming hot, flaming red, and also there's strawberries and other berries in the summer. So all right, that makes sense as well. And then we move on to the autumn, or the yellow season. Well, I gotta put yellow somewhere. So, and after all, in autumn there's wheat and pumpkins. Well, pumpkins are more like orange, but so yellow kind of makes sense. Also, the grass turns and leaves turn yellow as well. So it's actually quite fitting. And autumn is kind of in a way warm, unless it's really rainy. But yeah. So, and then finally, at last, we move to the fourth element, the winter. And winter is cold, thus the blue color, cooler tones, blue. And in winter, everything goes to this the stillness, everything stops, all the processes stop, for it only to start again back in the spring. And so the years go on. So it's this is also a symbol of sort of a infinite cycle, because it has 4 elements, it's circles. Also, each element is actually made up of, if you could kind of imagine, a little circle, kind of. And together there's 20 of them. So that's kind of nice. And also each one is equally sized. And also, if you notice that there's like this outside world, all the white that's around it is the outside. However, there's these holes, and you can actually see you can see through them. So those are like so in reality, outside world is not just around, but it also goes through that through AERGXUOS, and it also goes through the center as well. So you can actually see through. So yeah. So kind of symbol of balance as well, and organization and stuff like that. So yeah, that's truly, it's up for your own interpretation. But this is kind of the original input. So the point of origin, the point of beginning, ever continuous cycle of order. In a way, kind of like the universe. It's in a perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So, with that, alright, that's pretty cool. So, you get to observe AERGXUOS, you can look around, think about your life choices. Why am I playing this game? There's nothing to do with this game. I can only look around, I can only move around, I can't even jump. What is this? Unplayable. Or so you might think. But you just need to use the imagination. You just gotta imagine that there's something like a monster or something. Oh, gotta run away. And then you run away. And you run away. And you keep running away. You can't see, but I'm holding W right now. Don't look back. Don't look back. Okay, you may look back now. Alright. So yeah, I gained some good distance. So, what you can do here in this game is you can actually play one of the first or most basic games that actually exist there in the universe. So what you need to do, what game? What game you're asking? Oh, the basic game is called hide and seek. You hide, and then someone seeks. So how does that even work? Well, to hide, in this version, what you need to do is you need to become lost. You need to lose trace of the origin point. And to achieve that, the best way is just to go crazy with mouse. Just keep spinning it. bonus points if you have button mapped to super high DPI, so you go super crazy. But right now I can't really do that, so I might also need to resort to closing my eyes so I can't tell where it is. Okay, it's white. That's good. And then to confuse myself even more, I'll move. I'll hold like W and D, for example. Have no idea if I'm moving closer or further. Hopefully I'm going further, so it's harder level. Okay, let's say this is enough. Stop. I'm gonna stop holding WD, and then I'm gonna this again, but I'm not looking at the screen. I close my eyes. All right, I open my eyes. Okay, good. Now let's see. Now that I have successfully lost myself, it's time to find myself. So, in this void, in this empty space, as if there would be so much snow, just so much white. Let's try and find the origin point. Let's try and find myself. Let's try and find AERGXUOS. All right, looking around, I kind of look up and down. That doesn't yield any result. I guess I'm just gonna look around randomly, left and right. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. I actually ended up going kind of close. So there it is. I found it. Good job. Good job. Well done. I just won. So yeah, hide and seek is really one of the classics, you could say. And the great part about this, you can choose the difficulty. Let's say you go really close. So, and you spin around, and then it just takes a little look around, and oh, there it is. But if you want to up the difficulty really high up, then what you need to do is go really far. So, like so far that it becomes really tiny. And then spin, and then just keep going, and then spin and keep going. And hopefully in none of those attempts you see it, and then you really far, you don't know where it is, and it becomes really difficult. So we're just gonna keep backing off. Let's see how high difficulty we want to set. But looks kind of interesting effect there. It's kind of like getting frosty, like in a winter, or like in the sunlight, it's getting kind of like blurry. Depends how you look at it. So yeah, it's really far. Actually, I haven't tried it, but what happens if I go out of the how far can I even go? Can I go out of the render distance? That would be kind of cool. Seems like I cannot. Almost seems like there would be an invisible wall. It's getting smaller though, I think. Yeah, the yellow almost fully merged with white. A great way to test your eyesight. Okay, let's say this is good. Spin around. Bad spin. Let's try again. One more time. Okay. Now I'm just gonna hold W for a good amount. Let's say for about 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seconds. No, 13, 14. There we go. Now let's see. Look up, down, to the sides. Oh, never mind. There it is. I'm too good at this game. I mean, after all, I made it. So yeah, there it is. I found it, and yeah, all there's left to do is just to get closer. Okay, let's actually try to go from here. So what do you do once you're lost? If you're lost, well, what you need to do is stop being lost. And to stop being lost, you need to know where you want to go. Because if you don't know where you want to go, it's all the same. It's all just blank. But if you finally look around hard enough, there it is. If you look around hard enough, then you see the goal. And once the goal is in sight, what you need to do is stop looking around and actually look towards your goal, towards the destination. You need to look towards the destination where you want to actually go. And basically, at that point, once you have the goal, the target destination set, just go for it. Just keep your goal in sight. Keep holding the W. I'm holding the W right now. And it might appear that in the beginning, you're barely even getting closer to the goal. But actually, and that's why the beginning is the hardest part. But surely enough, with a little bit of time and persistence, as long as you keep holding on the W, drum roll, we're finally gonna get there. We're gonna arrive to our goal. We're gonna arrive to AERGXUOS. We're gonna reach our dreams and success. And not only they will be a possibility, but in fact, they will become a reality. There we go. We have arrived. All right, but that's cool. That's cool and all. But what else can you do? All right, you can hide and seek. You can get lost. You can find yourself. And you can roam around and look around, and that's all amazing features, amazing gameplay. But what happens if you were to interact with the AERGXUOS? What happens if you were gonna get real close and you're going to commit touch? What if you will bonk into the surface? Will you go through? Will you merge? Will you awake it, or will you collide, or what? Well, there's only one way to find out. So, without further ado, let's just crash into it. There we go. We have a collision. Can I even slide? So as you can see, even on this side as well. So yeah, no matter what you do, it's solid. It's solid. All right. So you arrived at your goals, dreams. So you can look at them. You can even touch. But what else? What also you can do is like you can go around and observe it in its all glory in 360. So that's pretty cool. So you can go from the one side to the other side, from the negative to positive, or positive to negative. Actually, there's no distinction here. It's just kind of a free space. Hey, and this game actually has kind of an infinite space, I think. That's cool. I think it's only limited by, like, well, how optimized the game is and how well your computer can run it. But right now, as it stands, it's infinite. All right, but I can bump into it. But so let's say that this is not the goal, but let's say this is an obstacle. It's an obstacle. Let's imagine that your goal is behind this obstacle. Well, how do you get to your goal? Well, the answer is easy. Like, if you kind of like, well, you gotta go around, right? So, and you have to choose whether you're gonna go left side or the right side. Well, if there would be jump, and if I could jump high enough, well, this seems kind of too high, so I don't think I don't know if I can jump that high, even if I had a jump. So only two options are left and right. So, and if I go left, sure enough, I can get to my goal. If I go around, same thing on the right side. If I go on the right side here, as well, I can go around and get to my goal. But what if we want to speedrun this? And we don't want to waste any extra time. Well, if we waver and we kind of like, I kind of want to go around, but then I don't want to go around maybe, then what happens is like you get stuck. And you just, and that's just not going to work. You need to go around and eventually you're going to go. But so this game is really about kind of like a metaphor of life of sorts. But if you are bold enough and you don't want to go around, but you don't also want to crash, but you see that opportunity presents itself, that there's a portal, a door, an opening in the very center, and you just wonder, can I make it? If I'm bold enough, can I do it? Is it actually possible? Because, of course, you can move around in a white void space. And so let's say I start here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds to get past. All right, that's 4 seconds. That's kind of the optimal path, and that's okay. Left or right, it's all fine. But if you don't commit, and you're too short, you end up crashing. Same thing on the other side. And then you end up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, was that a lag spike? The game kind of did it interesting. So basically you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 seconds, assuming you don't, even if you get stuck and the life gets you down on some life problems. What is important is, okay, you can maybe look around a little bit, but ultimately, whenever you're ready, just move on and get past that issue. It's just, yes, it might seem like it's very big, especially the closer you are. But just step back, look around, and then you will see, oh, the exit is right here. So it ends up taking even more time when you would have taken the safe route. But for the bold of us, this is the moment you've been waiting for. What if you're brave? It might not work, but sometimes you just gotta use the opportunity and dive right in to the action. Just hold the W and let's see what happens. That's right. Did you just saw that? Let's try again. You can actually go right through the center. Now, how awesome is that? That's also proving that, indeed, really, this is kind of, this AERGXUOS, this thing, this unit, it does not exclude itself from the universe. It's just part of the universe, and the universe goes through it. I mean, it's kind of like notes. Like, it's the spaces between the nodes what makes the nodes possible. Or like space between the atoms. Or stuff like that. That makes it possible for stuff to exist, or else it would just be one continuous matter. So, and universe is actually quite empty. And just like this one. Alright. So, let's recap. So in this game, it's a game about experiencing. And right now there's not much to experience, so it's kind of like an experience. So you can look around, you can walk around, and maybe you can play hide and seek or interact with AERGXUOS. It can be a goal that you reach. It can be the obstacle, the enemy. It can be like a fun friend to play with. But apart from that, it is really kind of empty. There's not much to do. However, that's actually the best part about this game. That this game is indeed like a clean slate, like a clean paper or canvas. Insert your own reference. It's like a world that is not rendered yet. It does feature only AERGXUOS, but only so that you have some way of orienting yourself in this world. So where I'm going with this is that this game is also a game about imagination and about creation. For you see, right now there is indeed nothing. But what I can do is add something. For example, let's imagine over there that there would, somewhere here, I'm not sure, maybe closer, maybe further, somewhere there I would like to see a house. And let's make it yellow with green maybe roof, or pink. Maybe let's go with the green roof. Let's say imagine a yellow house with green roof. So next time, what I can do, with the help of little game design, I can add a house there, and then there will be a house. Or maybe on the right side, I'm like, there could be a tree, and boom, I add a tree. And slowly, I can kind of build up the world and the environment. And I can make this game into anything I can imagine and anything I am willing to commit myself to creating. I might procrastinate, I might not do it, or I might run into trouble, I might need to learn something new, I might need to practice something, but eventually, like, as long as I keep making stuff and adding stuff, this game will keep being built. Yeah, as long as somebody makes adds something to the game, there's gonna be updates, as they call them. So right now there's nothing. There's complete nothingness, and that's fair. Okay, there's not too much to experience. Maybe not too much fun to have. Although I had a lot of fun right now, but it will get funnier. Interesting how that works. Right, so environment. That's one of the things I want to add to the game. So if I were to select 4 or 5 key directions in which I want to move and what I want to add to the game, then I think that what I want to do is, well, environment is kind of the most obvious one and most basic. Well, of course you need it. You need the world. So yeah, let's work on the environment. So let's say this green side that will stand for environment. So, okay, we need that. Environment, that's good. Then the red will be, the red will be the character, the main character. Oh, by the way, that's another thing you can do here. You can be the main character of your own story. You can decide what you're gonna do. There's no rules, no limits. You can stand still if that's what you want. You can look around, you can move around. The choices, how you move in this world, what you do in this world, they're limitless. So yeah, this is the character. But so it's more fun for the character to do stuff other than walk around and, you know, look around and stuff. Would be nice to add things like jump or things like to do ability to maybe interact with, maybe like story, stuff like that, I guess. So the blue would be kind of working on like the programming side of the game to make everything kind of actually work and stuff like that. And yellow would be making like UI and stuff, perhaps. kind of, these would be the general direction. And it all together, combine the pieces, and you make a game. So, and that's kind of the goal with this game. I think I will make it. Every now and then I will add something. Oh, having some sounds would be cool. Yeah, I guess I could maybe add something like that. But basically, having a... I'm not sure how regular updates. I think I will try to update it every 20 days, every 40 days. That sounds okay. So it's not too frequent. Because I have other plans and projects going on, so cannot have too much time for this. But at the same time, once I'm inspired, or once I have time, or once I schedule time, and I overcome my biggest enemy, which is myself, for the limited free potential time that I have, to make it to give some of that for making the game. So that's also the game itself, to find the time to actually to create something. So yeah, maybe this game will stay in this version 1.0, I guess, forever. But maybe I will eventually add more features, and I kind of hope so too. My goal is not to make anything super fantastic. It's just to make a basic kind of features, like so you can run around. Maybe there's like a house. Maybe there's gonna be like some NPCs. You interact with them. They give you some mission. Then you go do some mission. You maybe even have like a weapon or car. Although that sounds a bit more advanced, but maybe it's gonna be sort of a basic. You just go talk to NPCs and they have like a story, and maybe the story is gonna be the main driving force. Also, music can kind of set the mood, and kind of sound effects can do a lot. And that's kind of the fun part of the game. It's you're gonna be able to make and experience it however you want, but the catch is that you have to also make the game. So that is what this game is all about. All right. So yeah, this is the first game, and this is the beginning of the channel. There's several other games, to say the least. Well, actually, there's potentially a lot of games that I would like to play. Probably not infinite amount of games. More like finite amount of games, because there isn't infinite amount of games that are made collectively by all humankind. Well, it's not that I want to play every single game. My lifetime is just too short for that, and also my love for games isn't that big. I want to experience other things in life and do other things in life, like creative things, such as making game perhaps, or drawing, or modeling, or making music, or I don't know, writing some story or something, or whatever that would be, kind of being creative in one way or another. But right now my goal is to play games, experience them, and share my POV, so to speak. And that's why I thought it would be kind of awesome to start with my own game. And it's been great, and yeah. So basically, out of all the infinite games that there is, well, limited, finite, still a big number. I guess I still kind of want to play a lot of games. There's some games that I like, but there's a lot of games that I want to try, and I know I will like all kind of games, and some games I will maybe play a lot, some games I will maybe just try once, and some games I maybe will never touch, but I will maybe like play like a certain genre, and I will play one game from that genre, and then that will be it. I will be satisfied. And it's kind of like, if let's say I have 100 hours per year, let's just give a random number, 50, 100, 200, doesn't matter. Let's say 100. So, and let's say on average I can play a game and do a stream for 1 hour. So that is 100 games that I have to choose this year. Which ones I'm going to play? So I cannot. Sometimes maybe I could do like a quick round of free games if they're smaller, but let's say on average I can do one. So, and on average 1 hour. So that already naturally limits it to just, well, 100 games. 100 games still a big number though. So, but yeah, what for example, there's some bigger awesome games that could be a series if I want to keep going. But my goal right now will be actually to get a good view and sight on games of all sorts, of all kinds, to find a game where, I don't know, where I have the most fun. I mean, that would be a challenge, but also that is something that will change with time. Maybe sometimes I'm really into, I don't know, let's say building, but then I want, after a while, I want to really do some first person shooter or something, or some puzzle game. So, and I think what I really want to do is kind of just try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that kind of game, and see what kind of experiences I can have. And I think that's gonna be pretty awesome. So, a good visualization, I think, would be if you were to imagine a store. You go into the store, right? And there's like all sorts of different items. And let's say I really like sweets, for example. There's just so much type of sweets, even in single store, right? And then there's another store, and there's different kind of sweets, and then there's another. So, and games are kind of similar. So I kind of want to try that and that, but some of them might be similar. So I don't necessarily want to try every single one. So, but that's kind of how I want to go about this. I want to try some small games, some tiny games that nobody has ever heard of. Perhaps maybe they're like very less than 10 players play it. Maybe nobody has even played it, apart from maybe its creator. Now it would be kind of actually pretty challenging to find that kind of game. But yeah, I kind of want to even experience that kind of games, or indie games. Of course, there's so many and so many different type of that goes under that umbrella. Awesome games, great review games, bad games, low review, AAA games, like the popular games such as where you kind of first person shooters or like team games, stuff like that. Mind games, puzzle games, the games that kind of strategy and stuff like that. Or creative games where you get to build and make stuff, or plan stuff, or create and express yourself in a way. Games where you can have a character or be a hero. Games where you follow a certain hero, where the story is already written and you get to experience it. Or games where you're your own hero and you get to become your own main character. So there's a huge variety, and that's kind of what I want to go about. I want to give a good look at the gaming industry. What games there are. What is their world to offer to me, to experience. And then just try a bunch of them and then play and see what happens, see where that takes us. And hopefully, within time, not only I will be able to make my game and add a jump and roll even, imagine, and run. That would be kind of cool. Perhaps even flying. And also some storylines, some NPCs. Like, honestly, if I get even that far, that would be already really, really, really huge. So, but not only I will get to that point, but maybe I will also get to experience all kind of other games and have all sorts of experiences. First person, third person, second, and fourth person. And yeah, I think it will be fun. I think it will be fun. So, yeah, let's see what kind of, why people play games. Why are they interesting? What's fun? I mean, after all, we're thinking to play games for fun, or we're like stress relief or enjoy. Why do we even play games? Or video games in this, more specifically? All those questions and more, I think I'll find out. And when I'm gonna stream, when I'm gonna play around again, I think well, I'm not too sure. So let's say if I want to make an update to my game every 20 days, so we can use this as a calendar. Henceforth 20, because each section is 5, 5, 5, and 5. 5 by times 4, 20. So every 20 is my goal is to add one feature to the game, even if it's not a feature, even if it's just a house or a tree, a single object. That would be my goal, to stick to that. And also my goal is every 20 days at minimum to do a game to stream. However, anything that is in between, well, it's gonna be kind of dependent on how busy I am and how much I'd want to do, like learn some creative skills or do other stuff. But I probably gonna try to do my best, and it's anywhere basically, since there's 19 days in between every 20 days. Wait, is that correct? Or is it 8? No, yeah, it's 19. It is 19. Yeah, it's basically 20, aka the 0, and then there's 19, and then there's 20 again. So there's 19 days. So I have 19 opportunities to play a game every single day. Although I might be tired to speak, sometimes I might be ill, sometimes, I don't know, something comes up, so I don't think I'm gonna stream every single day. But it would be good to aim for, say, well, let's say 10, every 10 days would be optimal. So every 10 days I stream for sure. But or maybe that's my minimal optimal. The real optimal would be every 5 days to stream. That would allow me to cover a lot of games and kind of keep this semi-regular every 5 days. And then it's kind of not too far apart. Then again, every 10 days is also good if the stream is a little longer, maybe, and I'm prepared. So I'll see how it goes. Maybe I'm gonna do the regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kind of schematic, but I'll see what happens. Every 5, every 4, every 10, or every day, or every 20 days. The schedule right now is unpredictable. I might show up out of nowhere, just like today, and just start connecting to the world and sharing my experience. Or not. And yeah, there's so much games to play. And let's see why the games are fun. Let's get to experience them. Let's find out. So, and with that, it is time to begin. And every beginning starts with an ending. So, let's begin and let's find out why the games are so awesome. And let's experience them. Alright. Let's dive right in and let's begin. My name is AERGXUOS, and this is the beginning. See ya!